I'm going to share with you 3 perspectives on hunger that you've probably never heard before. And if you stay to the end, number 3 is going to be one that's going to serve you in a big way, and it helps a lot of people finally achieve their health, fitness, and weight loss goals. Perspective number 1, hunger is not an emergency. Thankfully, we're gonna have food available for us. We can DoorDash it in a matter of seconds. The fridges and pantries are stocked. And so true hunger is not an emergency. So if you're this type of person that has a big challenge with hunger, and once you feel that hunger kicking in, it's like a 5-alarm fire, you've gotta solve it. You've gotta fix it now. I really wanna challenge you to pause. Take some deep breaths. Really in through the nose, out through the mouth. Do some box breathing, 3-7-8 breathing, whatever you gotta do. But realize hunger is not an emergency. We've been conditioned to think that hunger is a problem that needs to be solved right away. There's snack industries, there's whole commercials. They literally brainwash us to think that as soon as we feel hungry, it's a problem that needs to be solved right away. And it's simply not true. We know people are into fasting. You can fast for 3 days, you can fast for 7 days. There is a mechanism built into the human body that allows you to fast and totally stay focused and fueled, and everybody has this within them. What happens when we feel like hunger is an emergency, it is generally a story in the mind. I'm getting hungry, I don't know what I'm gonna eat, I don't have any food on hand, what if this feeling gets worse? And we just spiral into this deep spiral, and the next thing we eat, we end up overeating. We end up eating things we don't really want that on our diet plan because we feel like we need to fix this hunger, and the only thing on hand is salty or sugary snack. Or we literally drive into the nearest drive-thru and order something. Maybe it's a burger and fries. It satisfies that hunger, but long term, after we eat it, it doesn't feel positive. So the big perspective shift here is to simply realize that hunger is not an emergency. So when you feel that hunger and you feel like you have to solve it now, kick up in the day when you're dieting, remind yourself this is not an emergency. Take some deep breaths, create some space, and just pause for a moment. Tell yourself that you're gonna be okay, and then you can come up with an eating plan from that place. You're gonna be so much more intentional with your choices. Some other things that I would recommend when you feel this hunger and you start to just unclench your body and you start to really breathe and pause for a moment and realize this is not an emergency situation, I would have a big glass of water. 16 ounces is a good place to start, and that's going to expand your stomach. It does tell your brain you're full, and it's going to help mitigate some of those feelings of hunger. And my other favorite tip is to think of hunger like a leaf on a stream, as they say in meditation. If you've practiced any type of meditation, one of the ways you can think about meditating, your thoughts are like a leaf floating by on a stream. You can watch the leaf float on by. You don't have to react to it. And so you can do the very same thing with hunger. You can begin to start thinking, oh, I feel really hungry right now. Notice it, and you don't have to immediately act to solve that problem. You can sit with it and realize you're gonna be okay. And often once you decide that this hunger is not an emergency, you kind of calm that nervous system down a little bit. You create a little space to be like, okay, I'm okay. I don't need to solve this. You decide that I'm gonna eat a healthy meal as soon as I get the chance. We notice that hunger really starts to subside. We start thinking more positively. We start focusing on something that's gonna actually serve us versus just being reactive in the moment. And that hunger starts to subside because we do have these built-in mechanisms where we don't have to have food all the time. Those kick in, you can make it to that healthy meal. Perspective number 2 is to design your environment for hunger success. And what that means is having smart choices on hand that are going to support your health goals when you do have hunger strike and you do want to solve that physical hunger issue. These are very simple things that when you can't get a meal, or whether you have to wait in traffic for an hour and then get home and get a meal, or you have to wait to order a healthy meal or go out to a healthy restaurant when the meeting's over. These are things that you can use in the moment to just mitigate any of that hunger. And when I say design success, that means keeping smart options on hand that are going to help you curb that hunger in a way that's overall net positive to your diet plan or to your health goals. Some of the options that clients love are single serve Greek yogurts. You can keep things like beef jerky on hand. Other great options are sliced raw veggies, cucumbers, carrots, peppers, keeping veggies on hand. You snack on those, it's just gonna give you more fiber. It's gonna help you feel full and satisfied, buy you a little bit of time, and it's overall just gonna add more antioxidants, nutrients, and vitamins and minerals to your plan without having a big impact on any of your macros like carbs or calories. Another favorite is pickles, real pickles, the ones that are in the refrigerator section. not on the aisles that have a preservative in them. Preservatives kill bacteria, and our gut is made of bacteria. So pickles are a great way to come home after a long day. If you need a snack on something to take the edge off hunger while you cook dinner, pickles are a great one to do it. You can also keep things like RTD bottled shakes, pre-made protein shakes on hand for when hunger strikes, to buy yourself some time. The other part of thinking about hunger and designing hunger success starts with the actual meals you eat themselves. That means creating balanced meals. It means creating meals where you actually protect and prioritize mealtime. You sit down and you actually enjoy that meal. There's studies that show if you eat really quickly and eat while distracted, reading emails or paying attention to something else, you actually can't register how much food you actually ate, and you feel less satisfied after eating, and you get hungry more quickly. So if you can be present, take 10 minutes to protect mealtime, eat slowly, chew your food thoroughly, be mindful about what you're eating, being grateful that, hey, this meal, this food that I'm eating is turning into me, it's becoming my cells in my body, it's fueling me for the next 3 to 5 hours or more. If you can do that, you have the best chance of not feeling hunger creep up too early. And then when you do really feel hunger hit, my favorite framework is decide, commit, act. So instead of being reactive and just eating the pizza in the break room just because you're starving, think about decide, okay, what can I do here? How good can I do given the options on hand? What do I have available? And in that decide moment, you can think, oh, I'm gonna go and get the protein drink that I put in the fridge. I'm gonna have a piece of fruit like a banana, and then I'm gonna eat a handful of almonds. And in doing that, you've created a plan you've decided on what you're gonna eat. Then you can commit to that plan, and then simply, third part, just act on that plan. Stick to the commitment you made to yourself. You feel really good, you're really fueled, and you stayed on your eating plan. And that is what it is all about. The last perspective I wanna share with you on hunger is probably the most important, and I'm gonna totally reframe how you look at hunger. A lot of times we just think hunger as in, I don't have enough food, I need to get more food, and I need to solve this problem right away. It is old conditioning, and I want you to throw it out. We want to tell ourselves a new story about hunger. The reality is, if you're creating balanced meals and you're fueling well, I don't want you to starve yourself, but a little bit of mild hunger is to be expected when you're dieting or watching your portions or reducing your calories. The reality is, nature wants us to have body fat. We've built up body fat stores. If we don't have our goal weight, everybody has body fat built up in case of survival. Those calories are there so that if you did run out of food, we would have built up energy stores to survive the famine. So when you start reducing your intake, creating a deficit, especially if you're exercising, lifting weights, you're burning more calories all day long, and you're slowly being mindful of balanced intake, your body's gonna need some energy. It's gonna begin to tap into those stored calories. It doesn't like that. It's built them up for survival. So as soon as you start to tap into those stored calories, certain signals are gonna kick on in the brain and in the body that are gonna say, hey, eat more food, eat more food. We don't wanna tap into these stores. Hunger kicks up. It's super common. Everybody dieting has had hunger kick up, and the reality is, if you can see that mild hunger as lighting the path, showing you that you're doing this right, and you can almost give that mild hunger like a warm hug and say thank you and be grateful for it, and know that you're tapping into those stored calories that are going to move you ahead on the scale and help you with weight loss and improving your body composition, then you've just given that hunger a whole new meaning. Now it no longer has to be a problem that needs to be solved, but it's something to be embraced and something to be mindful about accomplishing in your day, because it is literally moving you in the direction that you want to go. All I'm saying here is make the mild hunger that happens between meals have a meaning that is going to move you ahead. And that meaning is that mild hunger in between meals, knowing that I'm fueled, knowing that I had a great breakfast or a great lunch, and I have a great dinner coming later. If you have those meals planned out and you're getting hungry in between meals, I want you to assign that a new meaning that says, this is me tapping into stored calories. I'm moving ahead. I'm okay with it. And then put your mind on something else. Get back to the workday, get back to being creative, hanging with the family, whatever you're doing, put your mind on something else. You'll notice that hunger starts to subside. You can wait pretty easily till the next meal comes, and you're gonna achieve your health goals even faster. I hope this video helped you. I want you to achieve all your health and fitness goals this year. And if you know someone who this video could help, I would love it if you shared it. I'll see you in the next one.